The law of karma and human relationships. Paramahansa Yogananda, one of the greatest spiritual teachers, emphasized that relationships are governed by the divine law of karma, which binds souls together across lifetimes. In his teachings, he explained that karma is the result of our past actions, both good and bad, that create bonds and debts between individuals. These karmic bonds draw souls together in the form of family, friends, lovers, and even adversaries. Yogananda said, "The law of karma decrees that past debts must be paid, and no soul can escape this law." Whether a relationship is filled with love and harmony or conflict and pain, it is always an opportunity for the soul to grow and evolve. Yogananda taught that nothing in life happens by chance. Every encounter and every bond is carefully orchestrated by divine law to help us work through our past karma and learn valuable lessons of love, forgiveness, and understanding. The role of challenges in karmic relationships. Karmic relationships, according to Yogananda, are not meant to punish us but to guide us towards spiritual growth and liberation. He said, "No relationship is accidental. Souls meet because they have lessons to teach one another." The challenges we face in relationships are often mirrors of our unresolved weaknesses or faults from previous incarnations. For example, a person who caused pain to another in a past life may be placed in a position to experience that same suffering to develop compassion and humility. Through this process, the soul learns to overcome selfishness, anger, and pride, replacing them with selflessness, patience, and love. Yogananda encouraged his followers to approach difficult relationships with a sense of gratitude rather than resentment, for they provide the soul with opportunities to purify itself and rise above its limitations. How to recognize a karmic relationship. Yogananda also offered insight into how we can recognize a karmic relationship. He explained that such relationships often come with a strong sense of familiarity, as if two souls have known each other before. He said, "In the unseen threads of karma, the soul recognizes those it has been connected with in past lives." A karmic relationship can trigger intense emotional responses, both positive and negative, that force individuals to confront their unresolved patterns and learn important spiritual lessons. Sometimes, these bonds carry a sense of inevitability or urgency, as though they are meant to play out a predetermined course. Recurring patterns of conflict or challenges, despite repeated efforts to resolve them, are often signs of unfinished karmic business that needs to be addressed. Yogananda encouraged introspection, forgiveness, and love in such relationships, as they provide opportunities to break the karmic cycle and move closer to spiritual freedom. Positive karmic bonds and soul friendships. At the same time, Yogananda taught that karmic relationships are not always negative. They can also be deeply positive and uplifting. Souls who have shared noble deeds, kindness, and spiritual aspirations in past lives are naturally drawn together in this life to support one another's spiritual progress. He said, "When love is pure and unselfish, it carries no bondage but sets the soul free." These harmonious relationships are often marked by an unexplainable sense of familiarity, mutual respect, and deep affection. Such connections are divine blessings, helping both individuals experience the beauty of selfless love and devotion. In these relationships, souls recognize each other beyond physical appearances, and their bond becomes a stepping stone for spiritual awakening. Yogananda called these soul friendships, where both individuals inspire each other to live a life aligned with God's will. Detachment, the key to freedom in relationships. Yogananda also emphasized the need to practice detachment in all relationships to avoid becoming enslaved by emotional bonds. While fulfilling one's karmic duties in relationships, it is essential to remember that all human connections are temporary, and the only eternal relationship is with God. He said, "Do your part in relationships, but remember that your first and foremost relationship is with God." Detachment, in Yogananda's teachings, does not mean apathy or neglect but loving others without attachment or selfish expectations. When love becomes unconditional and free from possessiveness, it releases both individuals from karmic bondage. By keeping God at the center of all relationships, one can love purely and selflessly without becoming entangled in emotional suffering. The power of forgiveness in resolving karmic bonds. Furthermore, Yogananda urged individuals to forgive those with whom they have karmic conflicts. He explained that holding on to anger or resentment perpetuates the karmic cycle, binding souls together in further suffering. Forgiveness is the sword that severs the bonds of karma, Yogananda taught. By forgiving others and seeking forgiveness, we dissolve the negative energies that tie us to painful experiences. This act of forgiveness liberates the heart and allows the soul to move closer to divine freedom. Yogananda reminded us that every individual is on their own spiritual journey and that true understanding comes when we look beyond the faults of others and see the divine spark within them. Relationships as a path to spiritual liberation. Karmic relationships also serve as reminders of the impermanence of the physical world and the importance of seeking lasting happiness within. Yogananda often said that relationships, like all earthly experiences, are fleeting and that we should not become too attached to them. He encouraged his followers to develop their relationship with God through meditation, prayer, and selfless service, for this divine relationship is the only one that endures beyond life and death. All human love must be sublimated into divine love, he taught. By making God the anchor of our lives, we learn to see every relationship as a reflection of divine love and an opportunity to grow spiritually.